Shazam. It looks like I screwed up the time. I meant to set AM and all my presets were for PM. Sorry about that. People on Facebook, everyone else will be fine, but the Facebook links are going to be a little bit cockeyed. Oops. What can I say? I was just sitting there going, hey, it's 11:30. My time was supposed to be 11:25, and it's like, yeah, and the reason it's not counting me down is because it's wrong by 12 hours. I goofed. I'm sorry. My head isn't in the game today. Give me a moment to fix my cameras. Because big shock. They're out of whack. Okay, I think we're good with that one for now. Let's see, overhead. I didn't realize it, but I flipped. I'm not going to be able to fix it now. My overhead is wrong. That's funny. That's okay. That's okay. I would probably have to take it offline to fix it, and I'm not going to do that. Okay. Camera 3. Tell you, this is definitely weird because right now I'm looking through a camera and a light to try and hit my monitor. I should have moved the monitor. Do a little of that. Let's bring that one in some. All right, now I can. Actually, I will bring the monitor in because I can't see the chat if I leave it alone. So hang on, guys. It's a 32-inch monitor. It does not like to move easily. Boom. That's a little better. Now, no matter what, I can see the chat. Hobby Hooligan, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. We're not seeing enough of you these days. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I've been shaving kind of regular since last Friday. Since my birthday last Friday. Like maybe every 2 days now. I don't know. You got to see if I shave it, then I don't really see any gray. I only see a tiny little bit here. So, and since I probably won't be dyeing it again, unless I can find something else, just for gray, my skin did not like that. Henna, my skin did not like that. And that's supposed to be the ultimate for easy stuff, right? Hey, Ryan, Shazam, Eileen, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I goofed. I set up the stream and I was sitting there sending out, links and invites and stuff. And then it's like, oops, I set the time wrong. I set the time for tonight. There's a little toggle AM, PM, and it will always seem to default to the PM, which is fine. Like 90% of the time for me. So yeah, I goofed. Hey, Kevin, you know what's sad? I can't keep the little guy up on my wire. He doesn't actually hold on as good as I had hoped. I started moving him and he just kept dropping. I thought he was holding pretty good. It was just like I can put him up and he'll stay up, but yeah, it's just not. He'll pop off. I'll find another spot to put him. I will find another spot. But yeah, he kept falling. He kept committing suicide on me. Okay, manual. Hopefully this is it. So convinced wifey to go to work today. That was good, since most of her workforce did not go. And if she had stayed home, I wouldn't be streaming at all. But yeah, she went in. Well, I mean, actually, the city of Toronto did an awesome job doing the majors. Fortunately, we live off a major, or then we can see the major, so no real complaints. Make sure I grab a good one. I mean, I got a million of these. This is a good one. That's a good one. And the parts. My sleep pattern got all out of whack. And the snow's been a chore. You sleep real good when you shovel snow. I remember those days. I'm just not even going to touch the car if I can help it. Let's see. Actually, I'm just going to dump. Let's see. I'm going to dump everything out because most of this is garbage now. Okay. So there's nothing in there right now. And everything is just because I don't get rid of plastic until the build is done, just in case I got to go back and check for a part. You never know. You never know when you miss something. Ah, you son of a gun. Oh. Look what I almost did. I almost threw out the Ziploc that I made. I mean, they're spares, it's fine, but like, I gotta be more careful. All right, let's put this bad boy back up. So the spares I don't need to open. This is what we've got. Star of the show. Shazam. Stomach is just not doing great. Let's see. I'm always tweaking. The problem is, the desk I see is a straight line, so I'm seeing it across the top, and I can never get it 100% straight. I'm trying to, okay. And of course, depending on where I sit, if the camera moves a bit, Watch your ears, folks. Oh, look at these beautiful wheels. Beautiful wheels. Tires, sorry. Tires. Okay. Hello. Just trying to. Oh, I love those wheels. Those are new in this set. These 5 stars. and in a gunmetal gray silver. Pretty nice. That's not bad across the bottom. Nice print. Glad they did that. That one's not printed. Hopefully I only need the one there. Oh, I see. Isn't that funny? You'd print this one and the other one will... Oh no, tiles, printed tiles. Okay. I'm sitting there like, oh no, man, I'm missing stickers. I tell you, every time I clean around the desk though, I always got little bits and pieces of these plastic bags, like this part. The static is brutal, and you don't realize stuff goes for a walk. But let's see, we'll move that, we'll move that. Ooh. You know how hard it is to use the camera as a visual anchor? Anything else printed? Geez, so little printed in this set. That style I think is my favorite. I like the 5-spot. I tell you, I really do. Actually, there's a few more little printed pieces here. At the bottom, I'll put them where you guys can see them. There's another one, but I suspect that'll be a spare. Now, given that this is the last bag, that also means parts to build the alternate build are also here. Oh, wow. Look at that. More printed parts. We all like that. Okay, the views aren't too bad. And of course, I did more tweaking, screwing with my lights, screwing with the monitor. I didn't realize my monitor was running in a crappy mode, and it really influenced what I was seeing. It's tough because what you see live and then what you'll see an hour or two from now when YouTube recompresses this, totally different. YouTube compression is horrible. Even at its best, it's horrible. So I'm always judging and trying to tweak, and it drives me nuts. So I need a whole bunch of 2x2s. The old build, it has the, let's see. I don't know how good you guys see this on the main camera here, but so, well, you raise the suspension. You put the, I think, NOS bottles in. You get the big engine coming out of the hood. Pipes coming out of the side. A few little tweaks. Now, depending on how easy they are, I might just build it straight out to that. But I want to do photography. The main build is what I want. So I've seen someone rebuild this in white and rebuild this in jet black, and both look great. They just acquired the wheel hubs. Everything else is common. Of course, they had no printed stripe. They didn't care. Frankly, I don't care for the stripe either. Now, I was looking at some other guys' side prints, I definitely lucked out. Like, mine isn't perfect, but some are wretched horrible. So I guess I'll take my lumps. I'm still going to reach out to Lego and see if I can get more. My understanding is what they'll do is they will send out more, but still they'll offer to send it out once, but it's still a lottery, basically, if you're going to get enough good parts. But if you get double the number of parts, select the best amongst them. So that's the plan. Okay, I really need to stop that. Chrome pops that up automatically, and I love Chrome, but that's really getting annoying. Yeah, but I don't know. See, but they're not chromed. It's just the gray macaronis, and I don't know. I get mixed feelings about them. Like, there's so many opportunities where I think they should always be using chromed, and they don't, and that bothers me to no end. So is that going? Okay, so that's going like that. Okay, pretty dummy proof. Do these with the blue. Oh, I moved the mic again. Any issues? Does it sound weird? I mean, my audio is never going to be great. This is a very odd box environment I've created here with all this IKEA wood and cardboard and plastic. And every time I look at any kind of sound dampening or proofing, it's like it's so not worth my trouble. Unless I'm willing to box this in too, which, trust me, is an idea. And then soundproof, not the face here, but the opposing side, so that then I could do streams when other people are up and about. But I mean, there's a cost to putting sound dampening in. Like, it's a lot. And my cost would be probably $200, and that's before building a temporary wall and door. And it's like, that's not really something I want to do. I barely get away with what I've done here. A red one. Ooh. You know what problem? There's a problem, though, with red. Lego red is probably the most inconsistent color they make. Their base red color, if you get, let's say you get red from the last 3 years of Lego, you're going to find there's some inconsistencies. And here's another problem too. So every box set, doesn't matter what you can go to a store today. Any box you buy today, even if it's branded 2013, right? The new ones, the TIE Bomber or Boba Fett's thing, or even the little minifig pack, the 501 Clone Troopers, or this from 2019. So many of those parts were not done this year. They weren't done last year. They may have been done many, many, many years ago, because Lego will do runs on parts, right? They'll do runs on these parts, and they'll bin it in large totes, 50-liter totes. Then they get automated and stored in their storage system in Belen or wherever the hell they're doing a lot of their manufacturing. I mean, they're manufacturing all over. And then that same automated system will pull those out of storage whenever they need, 1,471 parts for this build. Well, then the whole process of the automation comes in and spews out X number of parts in this many bags. And so let's say when I'm opening up bag 6 here, I may have parts that were made in 2019, like the box says, but I most likely have parts that were sitting there 2, 3, 4, 5 years before. So even if you buy sets, that's the thing with the red and the dark red, the brown, the red brown, those colors that seem to break easy. That's why we're still seeing them year after year after year after year. They're in circulation. They're going to be in circulation. They have not been pulled out, and they won't be. Lego did not destroy stockpiles of that color. They did not do that. So you're going to continuously see this over and over and over. until it's all gone. Let's see. Okay, that stripe's lining up nice. That's a nice print. So I'm convinced that when Mega does the prints, they'll make a jig, put everything together, print across everything. It needs to be aligned, which is why it's always pretty much perfect and has been. Lego, I don't think ever does that. And that costs them. You know, it's, we cry. I mean, we want no stickers, and then they print and then they do a shoddy job on the prints. Okay, this is absolutely a finger magnet. Fingerprint magnet. That too. Here, I want to see this on the big screen. Well, I've always thought your audio was pretty clean. I'm actually trying some sound deadening myself this week, only because the drum set is making Lego dance. Oh, no. I know a big problem I have, and it's not much I can do about it. I mean, the desk is super heavy. The hutch is super heavy. It doesn't move much, but when it does move, this camera just, okay, so this is sitting on a tripod, which I think has gotten better being on that tripod now this week. This one's on an armature, you know, one of these metal things I got. But that one moves. This camera right there, big finger. Now the one overhead that's on a hutch, it's on a metal armature, and it will move slightly. And if someone walks on the floor, there's a little bit of this, but I you know, it's an effect I try and minimize. So anytime I think I want to get one of those rising desks for my back, I realize I can't do it. When I put all these cameras on something like that, they're always going to be vibrating. That image is always going to be not stable. All four images are very stable right now. I never thought of that with the color variants. I only think about white bricks changing color, but I like faded bricks for cast, so forth. Oh yeah, and you know, and variants and colors can be awesome, but if you're doing something like should be a paint job for a car, in this case, right? I mean, this blue is extremely consistent. I'm looking at it now under like, you know, those three lights, this light, this light, this light, three lights there, and it's pretty consistent. And I have more light than most people for sure. But I guarantee you, like, even if I take just these reds, usually I don't have many reds right now, but there's a slight inconsistency across these reds. Not so great. Yellows are generally pretty good. Whites are usually, like modern whites are awesome as long as they're new. But yeah, red, green's another one in the last 5 years. If you get a whole whack of it from a current year and you'll go across, you see the colors. And I don't mean intentional color differences. I mean what should be the same, classified as the same, and some of them look off. Slight imperfections, right? And then people taking pictures these days, actually, this is where our cell phones fail us. Our cell phones, any cell phone in about the last 5 years, Android or Apple, they don't take a true picture. None of them do. Everything is pre and post processing, or processing on the fly and post processing. And beauty modes built in, some of which you can turn off, but they tweak the colors and I sit there afterwards and I take my photography. I'm in old mom's going to do the Betty Boop puzzle. She showed me. That's an awesome puzzle, by the way. I got lost in thought. Where was I, guys? I got lost. What was the last thing I said before I mentioned Mama? Shoot. I don't want to fire up the YouTube and listen back. We were talking the color gradients, weren't we? Kevin's all about the Betty Boop. Oh, well, couldn't have been that important. If I could forget that easily. This is why you people should be in my headphones with me. That's okay. With the cameras? Okay. I ain't going to worry about it. The moment has passed. Oh, I know, eh? Well, no, that's it. I'm like a squirrel with shiny stuff, or a cat with something shiny. Very, very easy to distract. I mean, when I'm talking with wifey or anyone, I have to put my phone down, because if I don't, I can be that prick who will like be looking down at the phone during a conversation, which, by the way, that's, I know that's horrible. Almost none of us have anything that important we got to be looking down at that phone. Okay, I need a whole bunch of these. 2. How many of these? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and some 1x4s. Oh, the cell phone colors and pictures. Okay, so yeah, especially with stuff like HDR modes and stuff, your phones are just, it's never taking a picture of what you see. It's taking a picture and then presenting it in a way that Apple or Google or whatever, or whichever manufacturer you buy your crap from, wants you to see the picture. So it looks good. And for most people, it's awesome, but it's not real. I'll sit there even under all my lights, and I take the photography backdrop that's rolled up back there. You see it on my bottom camera, and I roll it back because it's material. I don't want it to get dirty. I don't want to build on it. I only pull it out, take my pictures, roll it back, and to try and give me the best chance of taking a decent photo with the least amount of tweaking. But I'll sit there with the phone and go take the pictures, and it's like, man, like sometimes it's dead on, and sometimes it's like, Apple, what you do to me? And then I'll grab my friend's Android, just play around, right? It's got the newest Pixel, and I'll do the same thing. Like, it's not what I'm seeing. It's presenting a picture that's not there. So, I mean, yeah, you can use an old cell phone with an old OS on it, and that's great, but then you get a lousy photo, period. Or you can use the new phones that take a great picture, but it's not what you're seeing. It's so tweaked. And you'll see that if you take a picture of a person, the beauty mode's built in. Some you can turn off, but some of them you can't. Especially if you take a picture of someone with freckles, someone with wrinkles, someone who's older, right? Even imperfections, acne, blemishes, and stuff with decent lighting, and you take a picture of them with the phones, you end up with a beautiful picture. It doesn't look like them, though. I mean, it's fascinating. I mean, maybe I see it more than a lot of people because I do like photography. But I look at the stuff and it's like, and that's coming from me, where I do like to tweak my pictures. My pictures are not what's reality either. I'm not trying to make them photorealistic or like perfectly realistic. I'm trying to make it look good, eye-catching, with what I call sharp contrast and maybe a bit too much HDR, high dynamic range, just because I like it to pop. I like the white background because anything I post my picture to, mostly it's got white on it anyway. So if I make a nice white background, post it to someone that's got white background, all you see is the focus of my photography. That's what I want. Ultimately, ooh, I sees the pictures. Okay. Not pictures. What do you call them? Labels, stickers, Stickers. Stickers. Gray tile. Like gray tile. Yeah, sorry about your internet, dude. I'm hoping my Saturday goes well because that's stressing me out. Having a stranger come in here, screwing everything up. I mean, it's I'm stressing for nothing, but it's still bothering me. I mean, in the end, I should have a much better internet experience, even though I'm having a pretty good internet experience now that I've tweaked and fixed a lot of stuff. But it'll be better, and my wife's cable TV experience should be better because it is going to be should be superior. Now, what I might end up doing is investing in some hardware to deal with stray signals or doing some deadening that way for signals. Because there is stuff you can do. My place is already kind of a ferrite cage. Okay, so I think it's like that. Oh, look at that. So what we're producing here, let's see how well that'll show. Rear view mirror there in the hood. Okay. Okay. Oh, and that's basically the end. Oh, no, what's the black piece for? Support? Ooh. That's why I dug up my Canon Vixia camcorder, unaffected by updated tech. Still records at 4K, but at like 1080. Comes out cleaner for what I do. Nice. Good news about your internet. I finally got a better package, and it's cheaper. From 15 to 20 megabits, which honestly isn't going to affect my service, but somehow it's a cheaper package. Well, that's the thing. Like, I was forced into what is better, and in the end, it's like the same or cheaper. Oh, that looks so nice. I haven't even pushed it down yet. So just clamp. So it's easy to remove because it's only 2 studs in. So there's the hood now. That looks really nice. It's too bad there's that ever slight, that little itty bitty gap. And you know what's funny? If I were to twist that tile around, I can probably make that look better. Let's see. I'm looking at it now, and it's like, let's see. No, if you turn it around, look at this. Now do you see it looks crooked now? Oh, that sucks. It's closer, but crooked. Lego, you screwed up. See, it's in line, but there's a more noticeable gap. Oh, well. I'd rather have it not be crooked. So, I mean, that's awesome that you're getting a better package. Can't wait to see that all up and running for you. Blue 2x2 tile, blue 2x2 tile. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 1 by the 2 by, was it 2x3s? 2x3 white tiles. And then 2x4 tiles in blue. Rule route, right? Okay. And even where you are, it is going to get better. It just takes time. Sooner or later, Elon Musk's satellite internet will be everywhere, and then we won't have to use any of these guys anymore. And then what'll happen is they'll all sue, and then And you know what will happen? We'll still have to pay our local cable guys because they're getting screwed out of their fees. So even though we buy from Elon, they'll find a way to make profit from it. Slide rail in black. 1x2 plates with bar. This looks like the rear trunk. Wedge plates. 1, 2. Oh, my buddy was commenting on the Concorde. Yeah. The one who actually brought me back to Lego. I think he works from home, so he's always able to, whatever I'm doing, he's able to comment. Let's see. So that is probably ready. That is ready. Okay, so that's going to go on the back of the car. So. Oh, the beep 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 or whatever that was my cell phone, dude. Yeah, that one there. That's a text notification. SMS. Oh yeah, so you can see. So we got our hood. Trunk, sorry. A lot of space. All right, now we're going to build this. And so we're going to build it with a hood scoop, it looks like, or just a bump. I guess it's a scoop. 2x8. One printed white tile. 2 more tiles. Sound like an old pinroll printer for... Really? You think so? Like the dot matrix printers, dude. Yeah, that's going back a bit. You know, it's funny. A lot of people still use dot matrix printers in business because it's the only good way to make triplicate copies that are attached, right? Because those dot matrix printers were able to print through and make the whatever they called that ink that was on the back of the sheets pass through, right? Because they weren't thermal. It was impact. Pretty sure it was impact and not thermal. 4, oh, my poor stomach. 4 plates with bars. 2, 3, 4. Camera. What about the camera? Did I make a mistake here? Something's not right. Okay, so that should be there. So then flip. That makes more sense. Ended up having an interesting conversation with a couple of Lego YouTubers yesterday. And they noticed I'm no longer sub to them. And I straight up told them why. In one case, you know, I told the one YouTuber that I don't appreciate watching you abuse your brother. Even if it's staged. because it really comes off as very mean-spirited. Let's see, my mom still uses them, and I have to fix transfer impact ribbon ink. Oh my goodness. And you can still find those, eh? I don't know what it was. I loved ripping the print holes off that paper. Also, the paper had a certain thickness, a certain weight to it that I really liked. Like, I love to draw on that stuff. I'd get, I basically end up stealing, like, half a ream of it from wherever I was, school at the time or whatever, and I'd be drawing on it. I mean, having it be a fan fold wasn't great because I never usually wanted to make anything that was long, but I like the quality of the paper. Great for, the various HB pencils, because, I would have the 12 different grades of graphite and be sketching with them. My daughter, she's a better artist than me now, but she's getting there. She's got her own style, which is important. But she doesn't make use of all the pencils, and that's something like I did. I would go all the way through it because you want some that are harder and some that are softer for different effects, and like that she doesn't do. She'll use one and make it do. And we've always told her, hey, I have no problem supplying you with your supplies, for your artistic endeavors. Being someone who's equally creative. My wife says I have vision. I see things, and I'm able to take that vision and make something of it. Kevin, you're definitely that person because you have a vision and you go from point A to point B, and then people scratch their heads like, how'd you do it? Threes or fours? Okay, there must be one more tile here printed. Aha! Yes, there is. And I don't have the door open, but I tell you, and we don't have any heat turned on except for the bathroom. And I tell you, it feels warm once I turn on all these lights. 2x4. It's the paper that's getting harder to find. They charge more for that quality of paper nowadays too. It was the best for everything: painting, markers, didn't bleed. Yeah, and that was the thing, right? I mean, I even watercolored a little, and it stood up pretty good. Okay, let's see how good this one is. Did it marry up? Oh, it married up nicely. Okay. Now, I assume these two later are going to need to marry up. Let's see. Okay. As long as I'm careful. I mean, it's as good as it's going to get. Since I see those two are stripes. Mm-hmm. Two more whites. Where are my blue slopes? And then two more of those other blue slopes. There we go. One there. That'll be good. I need you. There we go. One of each. Because this would suck if I didn't have this. Oh, yes, often I cannot explain my visions. It has to be shown, and I'm not content till it's a real idea. Now, we see it. You definitely get that creative spark. A lot of people don't have. And like my wife curses the day when we came up with the original agreement for what I was going to be allowed to have for a build space, in the apartment. And I've stuck to the rule, right? The 79 by 79. But even when I pushed and try and tweak the deal, and she said no, it's like, okay, well, I'm still in the 79 by 79, but I went up, right? And I've pretty much created a room, Oh no, she's got a real puzzle, dude. She's got a nice puzzle. She showed me some pictures. Like, I mean, only us old farts are gonna like that Betty Boop stuff. The younger ones, they're not even gonna know what we're talking about. What's Betty Boop? I mean, I feel sad for today's kids and stuff. The stuff they're not going to know, and frankly, they're not going to look up. All right, that looks really nice. I don't want to be an elitist and say, oh, people got to buy big stuff. But I tell you, some of these big builds are sure nice. But watch, I'm going to show you something. Okay, is that going to actually clip down? Is that really that raised that high? Okay, so it can go down that much. So, looks beautiful so far. But what I'm not liking is, here, I'm going to move that a bit more. Is that all the way jacked up? Oh, it's down. Okay. And that's probably turned all the way up too. See, I always wish I had more light. Like right now, frankly, one more here. But if I screw with this one, ooh, hang on, Jordan. I won't be able to hear you unless I put this on. Shazam!
What's up, brother?
Oh, same old, same old. Convinced my wife. I'd have to convince my wife when she got up. She saw that, hey, the roads were actually pretty good. City did a good job overnight bringing the majors, and we're near the majors, so she went to work. My daughter went to school, so yeah, I got the house.
Yeah, it's me too. My kids took them to school this morning. My wife works at 4 a.m., so she was at work, and just gonna pack a leg of water now.
Oh yeah, it was nice to get it because I got up with my wife, but then I fell asleep on the couch, and then she got to work. 7 o'clock, I got a text. Blah blah blah. I got here. Okay, go. Geez, you made great time. You wouldn't even have known there was a storm.
Well, that's good.
Well, to be fair, we're like 1 or 2 blocks from the major street, another block from a bus that directly takes her to the subway. 15-minute subway ride down into the city. She doesn't even go outside, up into the business towers. So it's as cherry a route as you can get if you live in a big city like Toronto. Like, it's really amazing. And if the bus wasn't running for some reason, let's say a 15-minute walk to the subway, not a big deal in good weather.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Well, that's why. Hobby saying any more light, I'll have to stream with glasses on. Well, I mean, that's why I kind of used to have my lights a certain way and the cameras a certain way, but I'm trying to make the best visual experience, and now some of the lights are where I can see them, so I do have to be a bit more careful.
You can put mine down if you want. I'm picking an order. I thought I'd chat with you and see how you've been. And
cool, man. Cool.
We had 2 orders this week that took over 1,000 parts out of my store. So,
oh wow, how many different elements?
The one I think was like 34. This one's like 79 lots. Is that what it says?
Oh, 79 lots. Wow.
So a little bit of a pain in the butt, but
yeah,
whatever. Money's money, right?
Do you have minimums?
No. I have a minimum buy. That's it. That's all I have.
Well, and minimum cash buy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any like minimum lot or anything like that.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. I know people do, but to be honest, like if you sell it, who cares?
I think I think most people will start with none, and then once they have a few people that just seem to nickel and dime them, like, oh my god, I've got 300 lots and it's 2 pieces each. That's when it gets kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah, this order's a lot of like he's clearing out my bins.
Yeah.
So and I'm 100% fine with that.
Okay.
Obviously.
That was going to be my next question. So what do you think of that? Because now once you empty and zero out a bin, that's a SKU you don't have now.
Yeah,
so you don't show up in a search for that part now.
No, and that's fine. Like it's some of these parts that he's taking I've had like, so I parted out that what was that set? Lego Movie 2 set that had like Space Benny in it.
Okay.
I parted out a ton of those. It had like the Disco Benny or whatever and the Unikitty and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was on clearance for like $8 or something. I bought tons of them. Sold some, parted out a lot more.
That's gotta be frustrating that no matter what you buy though, like, and you part them out and you see your part out values, but I mean, like these, say this 30% of parts, this will go pretty much instantly. The next 50% that'll take a year or two to go, and then the rest of it will sit pretty much.
Oh yeah, I have parts like I've been I go to my parts list and I just go to like longest I've had them, and then I'll just start dropping them like to 50% or whatever just to get rid of them.
Yeah,
that's kind of I've started doing that more, and I'm trying to work on getting a few. Actually, I was going to ask you this too. What do you do with your gift with purchases? Do you just hold them?
Well, here's the thing. So I do get a lot. I mean, at least one of every gift with purchases for me, like to be built.
Yeah.
I just haven't gone out of my way to build many of them. But others are for flips and such because they're slow to go up. Most are slow to go up.
I was going to see if you have any of the Lego house tribute things that you want to get rid of.
Oh, the Lego house, I got pretty much zip.
No, like the newest one that just came out.
Yeah, isn't the one that looks like the house?
No, it has like the duck and the brick build thing.
Oh, the little 5
tribute or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of them. I think whatever I showed on the stream, plus maybe 3. And some of those already whipped off the storage. Actually, I got 2 bins on the floor that I'm about to actually. It's a lot of these little kitschy sets that I have no intention of building anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
And it's like I got to get them out of the cabinet. I don't even want to look at them. They'll go straight to storage and sit. And they are intended for my personal collection, but it's like I'm not going to go out and start building 100 of these little 100-piece sets. It's just not going to happen.
Well, if you're interested in selling any of the tributes or any of those like random spooky or whatever poly bags, let me know. I'm
okay. I'll think about it.
In the market, I'm probably doing a purchase tonight on a bunch of them. So
nice.
They're just decent to part out, decent parts. So
okay, yeah, I know, and that's the thing. Like, even though a lot of it's stuff that I don't care for, I know like the Halloween one with the cats. Like, people just love this crap, and it's like good on them. I mean, it doesn't do anything for me, but one of my friends, I mean, he just went all out. So he's basically done a wall of base plates. And like maybe a lot of people would do with Star Wars figures or Harry Potter or whatever, or CMF series, they put all their figures up. He's now putting all his animals. And he's got a sick amount of animals. And he's trying to be a completionist. And he's going after everything. And he's got animals and creatures and all this stuff. I mean, the realistic ones for sure. But
some of those
stuff I just hadn't seen before, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe this is real.
Some of those animals are like look at the goat, for instance. Like that goat is extremely expensive and extremely rare.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's because it came in like one kingdom set.
Oh, Oh wow.
Like it's like if you look it up on BrickLink, I think it's over $100.
Oh my God.
Like it's crazy because I think the mold got destroyed, so they can't even remold it. Or
That's the thing.
you hear rumors, right?
Yeah, like sometimes we don't know if it's true, but if you can get from a verified source, like, oh, the mold's retired or destroyed, like you said, oh, then that's just you're in a good spot now if you're sitting on those parts.
Oh yeah, yeah. I personally have never had any. I probably will never get any in my lifetime, but that's okay. You never know.
Yeah. Okay, there's the hood scoop. Not bad. Only studs in with 2 studs. That's not bad.
That Mustang is still something that I actually want for my personal collection.
It's definitely growing on me because I actually crapped on this build years ago. Like, I never said it was boxy, but it didn't speak to me. But as I got into the cars a bit more, it's like, yeah, it was one thing to buy it for flip, but now to have it for me, it's like, oh, I'm glad I did that. That was a good decision, I think.
Yeah, see, I haven't got into like the flipping, like the investment sets or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know. I would like to, don't get me wrong. I just don't know. To me, holding up that much capital is always, I don't know.
Oh, it's tough because I look at stuff every month that has potential, and I ain't doing this. I'm not doing that, and it's like I get inspired, or I hear something, or I see something, and it's like, oh, I gotta move.
So there's a Facebook group that's like a Lego investment one. It's a lot of mainly.
I don't like those groups, and
it's hilarious. So because they all the same question, like, do you think this is a good investment set? And it's just like, do your research and figure it out yourself.
Figure it out yourself, and not just that, but it's like, not to sound selfish, but there are things I'll help people with, and things I don't like. I don't mind pointing out the sales and stuff. I love doing that. But I'm also pretty good to make sure I get mine first, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
that's understandable.
Like, I tell you, one thing I used to love in certain groups, we had this problem, not in my Lego group, but we had it in the larger group, Lego Collectors Canada. Someone would post something, blah, blah, blah. Do you think this is a good deal or whatever? And I'll tell you how bad I was. As soon as I saw, usually maybe they were posting either a Kijiji thing or a Facebook Marketplace.
You'd go buy it?
Oh, dude.
You're vicious.
You're vicious. No, and literally, it's the game I call Fastest Credit Card. And then they come back in the group an hour later like, oh, someone scooped me. And I'm just sitting there like with my shit-eating grin. And that's the thing. Like, if you've got to ask, it's already too late sometimes. Yeah.
The people are they'll get it quick.
Yeah. And if it was local, even better, because that means I could sit there with the guy and say, listen, even if it was 11 o'clock at night, 1 a.m, you know how many of my deals over the years since 2012 that I'd say, hey, the scariest one was driving one city away to Scarborough, which is not a great city in my eyes, to go to one of their subway stations to their Kiss and Ride, which is their parking lot, and make a deal at 1:30 in the morning. And the nice thing is watching the cops driving by and they're looking like, what's going on in this parking lot?
Oh, is it a drug deal?
Well, yeah, that's probably what they're thinking for sure. Yeah. Because if I'm driving by, guess what? That's what I'm thinking too. Because it looks real sketch.
Do you know any of my neighbors are like, what are you doing? Why is there always people coming to your house to pick up bags of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like I sell Lego. That's what I tell them. They're like, oh.
So for me, so wifey controls the eBay stuff that we do and the Kijiji stuff. I pretty much am hands off. This way she can be the shark. I have no emotional or sentimental attachment, and no one can play Lego friendships or anything against me, right? This way we can get the max dollars for whatever we're trying to pawn off, right? Because I proved in the past, like, I would be trying to make a lot of good handshake deals with people, and it's like, okay, but all I'm doing is leaving money on the table basically. And she saw that. It's like, no, dummy, you got to do better. And so she took that part over, and God bless her because it worked. Took a lot of stress off of me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then it's like, okay, and we can make money, and I can take that money and put it back into my hobby, and that's great. I mean, ultimately, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to support this very expensive, dumb hobby, and thanks to her, I can. Because trust me, my income alone won't do it. Yeah, I always say I'm gainfully employed, but that only works to a certain extent. But I mean, I had so many months last year where, I mean, just look at some of those shows I did where if you add up like, okay, that was a $3,000 month, that was a $4,000 month. It's like, God damn, I can't do that all the time.
I saw Brickstar is now doing it where he only makes one purchase a month on Lego.com.
Oh, well, yeah, great. Okay, oh, geez, see, you brought him up. You're gonna make me say so. Oh, so it's on you. That's okay though.
No, but it's like it's probably a very expensive purchase, but still, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
You're trying to
but he's land as far as I know.
No, Brickstar?
Oh, Brickstar?
No, not your boy Brixie. Brickstar.
Oh, not Brixie. I'm sorry. See, look at that. I got triggered.
No. Brickstar, like the older guy.
Oh, you know what though? It's funny. 3 or 4 years ago, I saw Brickstar sitting there because I was also on, following his other channels too, the trains and stuff, right?
Well, he does.
He was talking about scaling back his purchase because as a store, as a YouTuber, as this, as that, he definitely fell into that. Oh, I need to buy this and buy that and buy this, and but to try and be that kind of YouTuber, and you realize like that's a foolish game for most of us, especially if you're not making enough to cover that. And then you end up buying stuff that you don't necessarily dig. And then he starts saying, oh, I've got to scale back. And I could see he had trouble doing that. Oh, I'm not going to buy for 2 or 3 months. And then you could see him justify something a month later, like, oh, well, I technically bought this before. I know I've done the same thing. I say I'm going to buy less. I'm only going to buy UCS. I'm only going to buy this theme, but only these sets. But something comes along, and if he's actually scaling it back to one biggie a month, I'm proud of him because
I think it's one of his videos, but that one buy could still be extremely expensive, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, hey, look, I could take the next 3 months and buy one set. I could buy the Titanic 1 month. I could buy the big Lego Iron Man, the big nasty one, the newest one, and I could still be $600 plus each month, and that's just with one purchase. So it's like, yeah, you could still put yourself in a bad financial spot if you're not careful.
So for me, I have not purchased any Lego personal or for sale in the past 2 months.
Oh, wow.
None in December, none this month.
It's funny, I was going to be super light, but then I stayed up, New Year's Eve or whatever it was, and in that first purchase, and then it's like, well, okay, I'm going to want some of these for flip, so I put in a few more purchases, and it's like, oh man, I'm back in.
Yeah, no, I've been personally like trying to, I've been moving more to used bricks, which as I've spoken is more of a pain in the ass, but I find your margins are a lot higher.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because like you buy a bulk bin for $100, probably have you don't know what's in there for figures, and figures you could easily. Okay, so, well, I'll use an example. I bought a bulk lot off this lady. She was asking $100 for it, but she lived out of town, but she was coming into town, so I offered her $150 just to make sure I got it. She said, "Sure, yeah, awesome." I bought it for $150. First figure I pulled out was the Cloud City. Like, this might hurt you a little bit because I know you have, but the Lando Calrissian for
nice.
So that right there is like what, $200 plus figure,
something like that.
So that right there, that one figure paid for everything. So she
didn't know what she had, or
she was just selling her kids' collection. She just, and I was just, I'm lucky enough that I subscribe to a Facebook group that sells up north because that's where my cabin is, and I've sold stuff up there before, and so she just posted on that because she's up by my cabin.
Nice.
And I just said, "Hey, can I buy this from you? I'll give you $150 if you're coming to the city, I'll still give you 150. So I met her at Home Depot. She opened up her trunk, 3 massive bins full of Lego. And yeah, like, go here. Oh, some of the other figures in there that are like very expensive was like, all the figures from that Cloud City set. So you got the Lando here.
Yeah.
Still have it. You got the Boba Fett.
Nice.
You got this one was actually one of my favorites too. A Mimban Trooper.
Yep.
And the Han Solo from it has a little nick on the neck, but other than that, the cape's good. And yeah, it was so. And like there was a Tarkin in there, Leia. Like it was. I'm still going through it. Like I still have a big bag of Star Wars figures I haven't shown. Some of them were very damaged. Don't get me wrong. And I found, when you buy used, you found like a piece of bread in there and
oh yeah,
just random shit too. But
yeah, the weird, dentures and other foul things.
Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is.
No, it's part of the game. Times 2. Oh, 2 license plates. Nice.
Is there sticker pieces on that, or is everything printed?
No, so there's a sticker sheet minus a few I've already done. The stripes are all printed, and the stripes on the side are printed.
Well, that's good.
But all the other details, which are not huge or nasty, they're stickers.
Oh, okay.
Now I want to check out these plates. Good. Are they gonna give me extra parts? Yeah. 2 of those, 5 of those. Okay, so what I don't want to do is have a half unused sticker sheet, so I'll get to do them all up.
Oh, okay.
And there's at least 1 sticker here I can't account for.
That's one thing I need to do soon is actually like build a set.
Yeah, you gotta.
I haven't built a set in a very long time, so.
Yeah, you don't want to fall out of love with it and like, I
I
really don't want to do this anymore.
It's just your priority shift. There's a couple things like, when you start a new year, you always have like your goals, right, or whatever.
Yep.
So I've been working on. I bought a banjo like 3 years ago, so I'm trying to learn how to play it.
No way.
So I've been slowly learning how to play that. So
here's a question. So why a banjo? Is that a cultural instrument?
I like the way it sounds, to be 100%.
Just like, okay.
I just love the way it sounds. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna buy one. And then my best friend, he bought one as well. Like, we didn't know we each bought each other. We each bought one. And then he came over my house and he's like, you have a banjo? I'm like, yeah. It's like, do you play it? I'm like, no. I'm trying to learn too. So now we actually we send videos to each other of each other playing.
Oh, nice.
Just to kind of keep each other motivated and going, right?
No, that definitely helps. You egg each other on. Hey, how come you haven't played this week?
Yeah, exactly. So I was practicing that a little bit earlier.
Pretty good. I almost always find a McDick's French fry in every bulk Lego.
No, it is what it is. It's just still so gross.
Yeah.
I found a half a blade, like a blade for like a knife in one. That was
like an X-Acto?
No, like a knife, like a.
Oh wow.
That was a little sketchy. Some of the best stuff I found Xbox One controllers.
Really?
And 3DS games.
Oh, hey.
I was like, well,
that's not the worst thing to find, that's for sure.
And the best is I actually got all that for free. So.
Oh, well, that's one thing I like is being known as like the Lego guy where I'm at. People are always, hey, I got this stuff, Can I give it to you? Or, And sometimes I'll make them an offer. Sometimes I keep my mouth shut. But either way, they're It's almost always worth my trouble.
It is definitely nice being the Lego, like, because I'm a Lego guy in my city as well, because there's not many of us. So I get, my neighbors, for instance, like that free lot, my neighbor's like, hey, our daughter's neighbor out of town, the person got kicked out of the house because they weren't paying rent. There's a ton of Lego in there. Do you want it? And it actually filled up the back of my truck. So I was like,
oh, nice. Hey, Eileen, is that Year of the Rabbit available now? Or was it available before? I know you asked me about it before. I just watched my wife build the 2 previous years, and I just realized, I don't think I have that yet. And I haven't looked. I mean, because my next big purchase from Lego was going to be the flowers, or February or March, whenever they're available. That was going to be my next big one. But I'm afraid of missing out.
I think Lego does have a banjo piece with the Kermit the Frog CMF.
Oh,
that's what Hobby was asking. I'm pretty sure Kermit the Frog comes with a banjo.
See, my wife did Sesame Street. Did she do the Sesame Street set? I can't remember now. She did one, and it pissed me off. Like, because I wasn't willing to buy 2 of them for us. And it's like, okay. And that's the thing. Like, if she says, I want to build that, I don't say no. I mean, it's like, yes, dear. Whatever you want to build, because she doesn't ask,
See, my wife actually she saw the Opera House set.
Oh.
So she's in, because she's a big, she's been to Australia. She's a big Australia fan. But I'm like, that is a very expensive set. I was like, we can get it. It's just, it's going to cost a few $100s. Did you see that Tim Hortons set that got released?
No.
So, do you follow the Brick Shack at all?
Brick Shack.
Jamie?
Oh, wow. No, mostly because of old issues, but
no, that's fine. He made a Tim Hortons set.
Oh, an idea submission?
No, he literally just made it. Like, he got stickers printed off, everything.
Oh, so he made a one-off mock.
Yeah, and then he's selling them now, like, out of his store and online.
Oh, really? So he's printed instructions for it, and
it's actually pretty nice looking, I gotta say.
I'll have to look into that.
If you go to I think it's on.
So that'd be an excuse for me to go out. I think it's shops in Grimsby. That'd be an excuse for me to go out and see him.
I could get one if I really want, but I don't know if I really want one, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I mean, we've talked once or twice since the big blow up years ago, but I mean, I don't even know if his original Lego group still exists. I have no idea.
I don't know him at all. Like, I've actually never.
I left his and went to Rockies, and I was pretty happy to do that, and then promote Rockies until I stopped doing that.
Yeah, I don't. I've actually never met him or talked to him, but one of my good friends is very good friends with him. So
yeah, he's actually an okay guy. Kind of misunderstood sometimes. His wifey or girlfriend can, if I remember, can't remember her name, can rub you the wrong way, but whatever. That's everybody.
That's just how she goes sometimes.
Yeah. So you get all these alternate license plates. So you get 2 for the States, California, and the yellow one I put on. I put on the yellow one first. And then you get a bunch of, like one for Germany, and it looks like one for Spain or Italy.
You should get a custom license plate made.
Actually, it'd be real easy to do. I can get 1 million prints. They do a nice job on printing. Actually, they'll print right on the Lego.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, 1 million prints, yeah. I bought from him the Canadian parts for the space shuttle, the giant space shuttle, so that whenever I do build it, I will have Canada on the Canadarm and the escape hatch I got printed, and which improves it a lot. And yeah, they're unofficial things he's done, but whatever. Like when he sent them to me, he goes, "Oh, and you can't put it on your stream." It's like, dude, are you kidding me? I still end up putting it on the stream. At the time, I didn't say who printed it, but that was years ago.
Yeah, I wonder how that. So I was actually looking at that. If you look at Atlanta Brick Co's, they make shirts with printing on it of like the old castle themes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, do they have to buy a license to do that, or do they just print it?
They come up with the artwork.
Yeah, but
they can probably, but if they lift the artwork, oh, they could be in trouble. If it's lifted photography or lifted artwork, they could be in trouble.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it looks identical to what it you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look.
Well, looking close and being a lift are two different things, right?
It looks identical to me if you look. Like, if you look.
And that's where it could be trouble.
Because I was looking at them like,
this fair use doesn't mean you can lift something and do a 1-to-1 and make money from it. That's not what fair use, and of course that changes from place to place, right?
Yeah. Well, because I was like, I should just do this and sell them locally. Because I was like, you would sell tons of those shirts.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to get sued.
Well, it's like there's a lot of these great T-shirt companies I'm starting to buy from in the States, and some of them are smart because what they'll do is they don't lift anything. A lot of them are very original, very unique, but if you look closely, it's like they try not to use any trademark stuff. They'll try not to directly mention a thing, but it's very clear what some of it is. But they take it from a different angle with original artwork that's recognizable, and they can still make a boatload of money, you know?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if like using the like Lego font, I wonder if they can sue you on that. You know what I mean?
Question.
Like I don't know, because in my logo, that's one thing I don't have them all the words together. But
I'll tell you what Lego has done. So you could form your own opinion what might happen if you use the font, but they went after people like JK Brickworks, who actually has made sets, right? He did ideas. They built the sets, right? He toured for them. He went to places for them. And then 2-3 years later, they sent him cease and desist. You can't use that in your branding. You can't use that brick in your logo. You can't do this. You can't do that. And this was a guy that they built his sets, his designs, more than one. I've got his autographed Lego Ideas Maze set, which is great. Because it's, you know, it's something to play with. It's kinetic. You got movement. It's an awesome Lego build. And the fact I got like the one I built, and then I got a couple of these signed. Like, it's the only time I ever gave a crap. He was in the store. I'm buying them anyway. It's like, okay, this is the only time I would ever want to see a box to face. I got the guy right there, and I took pictures with him to show, hey, it's autographed and all this stuff. So if anyone ever, and by the way, I'm still sitting on those. I'm not selling them anytime soon. Just because I figured, hey, someday there's going to be some guy who's they're not going to remember who he is, but they're going to be in Lego Ideas completists, because there are definitely a lot of those people.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, look what I got.
Oh, exactly. You got the real McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. The only like thing that's good with my market, if I like become full time or a really hard reseller, is it's small. There's like no one really here. You kind of, I don't know, which is nice, but at the same time, you know, getting products sometimes is not the easiest. So
yeah. So I'm curious, like sometimes I see on a Thursday morning when I do hit the Walmart sometimes, and I'll see the same faces coming out of the store, or I'm coming out of the store and they're going in. And I wonder, like, Did I just scoop him? Did he just scoop me?
Oh yeah, like I think actually at all my Walmarts right now there is employees that hold everything because it is very difficult to find anything if there is anything to begin with.
That's going on everywhere with stuff. I know that's happening with the Hot Wheels.
Oh frick! I don't even think there's there. I was at Walmart because we have 3 of them, so I was at one of them on Tuesday. There wasn't a single Hot Wheel on the shelf.
Oh no way!
Like not even all there was. There's some what's the other kind of car thing?
Matchbox.
Yeah, there's Matchbox and maybe a couple others, but there was no Hot Wheels whatsoever.
See, it's so funny, you know, like, and the Matchbox cars are awesome, and they are made by the same company now. Because Mattel owns them now. But I almost made a mistake there, did I? No. But I don't see anyone going feverish, you know, store to store looking for the Matchbox newest releases. I don't see the videos online, you know. But Hot Wheels is definitely a segment of this market that, man, they treat that crap like gold. That $2 car is gold to them. It's like, all right, yeah, I want one car, and I'm not, you know, looking to flip it. But that's just me, and that's the way I'm treating the car hobby right now. And even now, I've already scaled back a little bit. Yeah, I bought 5 the other day, only because I tripped over them.
Yeah,
I will definitely be buying less Hot Wheels this year, just because it is, for me, it's so ridiculous because it falls into the wrong area stuff. Like, I'm not going to do anything with it, and I'm not going to race them down a track. And literally, I take a picture, I open them up. Hey, cool, because I like the one car. The one car made me get into all this crap, and it's kind of horrible.
The Bone Crunchers or whatever.
Bone Shaker, man.
Bone Shaker?
One car did all that to me. You know, I've got 31 or 2 of the Bone Shakers now. Just have the straight car. Forget the variants. And then I got those other cars. And, you know, they're all cool. But if it wasn't because of Mega releasing nice brick sets, the larger ones, I would not have gotten into Hot Wheels at my age. Shazam! So we still on the air? I don't know. Everything went poof. So can anyone see me right now before I try and bring my other cameras back on? And you know what's weird? I think the power blinked out because right now, like everything's up and running, but it looks like the neighborhood took a hit electricity wise. Maybe someone ran into a pole or something. This setup is on a battery backup, which is why it came up pretty quick. But wow, that was pretty extreme to watch them all go out like pop. And I just watched all my connections go one by one. And I was looking at the screen, and that was just something else. I still have no confirmation. I need to see. I got to use an independent source.
Unplug from charger cable.
Yes, yes. Come on, show me my stream. All right. So, here. I'm still live. Yep. Right? I just want to see my hands moving. So, yeah, you can rejoin if you want, and I'll start bringing my cameras back on. That was something. It's weird because it was an audible pop, and
What happened there?
I think the power went out in the area.
Oh.
I heard this whole building like, boo. It's like, wow.
I
But
was like, I'm talking to myself now.
see, this setup is on a battery, but still, it definitely took a hit. But everything in my place, like the TV setup, this setup, my daughter's setup, they're all on batteries, but sometimes even that's not enough. I may have to actually do a power cycle on that battery to make sure it's not dead. But yeah, it was crazy to hear the whole building go silent. Not that it was loud, but
Right. He's like, Armageddon, no.
no, and it's like, yeah, that was something else. But it was neat because it's like I had one reconnect almost immediately, but it's like,
well, I was able to get back in the stream, but you weren't showing up at all. So I was like, what happened?
well, yeah, because you'll sit, yeah, if you get bounced out, and that's the thing, because that means it's not just the local stuff. That means the internet. So maybe someone took out a local post or something that took out the cable internet and everything else. Who knows?
Jeez.
But that was huge. Like, that was pretty significant. Let's see here. You know what's funny, though? I'm actually done. That was the weird thing. I'm done the primary build here.
What's next?
Doing all the add-ons. But there is more to build, but I have to do all the photography for this, which I can't actually do at the moment. But yeah, I end up stickering all the plates. So I got that going. But this, I tell you, this guy come out really sweet looking.
Nice. Yeah, I like that Mustang. My buddy has one too, and he actually used to have a Mustang. It got totaled actually, like, was it last year or the year before? So I used to have mine was just like a 93 or 94 Mustang. So it wasn't like a super rare one, but that was my baby. And then I got T-boned and she gone.
And you didn't use the insurance to
buy another one? No.
Yeah.
For the price that I got that, I got that one for a very good price. I just bought I called it the Learjet after, as a Cavalier Z24. She was a little rough, but this was like when I was, how old was I? 19, 20. So, and then I decided to have kids, and now I need big boy cars.
Yeah, the realities of being an adult. I mean, I would love to have something sexier than a RAV4, but it isn't going to happen. It is not going to happen.
I drive a Titan, so.
Well, that's a beast.
Yeah, I like it.
This will fit.
It's a nice car.
That won't fit. I got a solution for that.
My wife wants to buy a new vehicle, though, so I'm trying to convince her not to yet.
Why?
Because I have the newer one and she wants a new one then. Logic, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. She has a Lexus. Like, she has a nice vehicle. She just wants a new one.
I mean, we don't normally chase the idea of we have to have new vehicles. We went from the 2015 to the 2018 mostly because my wife had 2 hits, and we wanted to just kind of change the luck of that car. Like, it was just not doing well. I mean, the car was fine and it was fixed beautiful each time, but it's like clearly just something was not working for us. So let's just change our luck, get a new vehicle, and
go
do that. Yeah. And so we went from the 2015 to 2018. Otherwise, I would probably still have the 2015 because there was never anything wrong with that car.
Yeah, no, I went up to a 2017, like my truck. I drove a 2008 for a long time. I had a Titan, though, and then I went to, a Tundra, and I went to a Titan. I love my Tundra. I miss that truck a lot. That thing, it was just terrible on gas.
Oh yeah.
But if you drive a truck, I don't think you drive it for the gas mileage. So
No. And I'll probably still look at like Toyota's offering. See what the current one is. See if it's worth getting in hybrid. I don't know. Actually, we got to make a decision soon because I told her they're offering us a pretty good deal because Toyotas hold their value, and it's like they made us a good offer, but I don't want to go past 5 or 6 years. If I'm going to sell or sell back to them, I want to do it while they still see it as high value.
Yeah,
because I don't want to sell to a person. I don't want to ever do a person-to-person sale. Toyota takes it off my hands. I won't ever think anything of it. But person to person, I'll always feel bad if they find a year down the road or 2 years down the road something is wrong.
Like to a random stranger or to someone you know?
No, either, right?
See, to me,
a big company dealership buys it and they run. They're going to have their guys go over it with a fine-tooth comb anyway because they're going to put that new warranty on it. That's on them. If I sell to a person, I'm always going to, in the back of my head, like, I run the crap out of the cars. I mean, they're beasts and they hold up well. And it's like, I'm always going to feel like, what if I pushed it too hard and right to the line and then they take it that one next step? And I'm always going to feel bad. I know it's kind of dumb thinking that way, but that's me. And
shit happens, man. Like it's cars could, even buying like a brand new car could still be a lemon. Like I know one of my wife's friends has been dealing with, she bought like a new Ford Edge or something, or it was a Bronco actually. All she's been having is trouble with it. She's maybe drove it for like maybe 3 months in the year and a half she's had it.
Oh man.
Like, it's sometimes it just happens and it sucks. Like I hope not that happens to no one, but it just, I said it just happens. That's why, like, for me, I've sold a couple vehicles and I just put sold as is on the thing.
Yeah.
You never know. Or the person, like, say it's a standard person doesn't know how to drive stick and they destroy the transmission. That's not on you.
Yeah. No, that's a nice. I don't even know if I want to build it beefed up. It looks so nice as is. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do the pictures and do one more stream today. Beef it up. It's not a lot. It's probably another 100 pieces.
What time are you doing another stream, you thinking?
Let's see. It's 1 now. If I don't start it by 2 my time, then I probably won't touch it until 6 or 7 o'clock my time.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I want to be available in case my wife decides she doesn't want to take the transit home. I mean, she still would, but I would pick her up from the subway. I don't want to stop the stream just to. Not that I should have to. It's still, we're talking 30 minutes tops. This is not a lot of parts.
So what are you doing for the rest of the afternoon, you thinking? Taking a nap?
Other than the pictures? No, no. If I lay back down, it's deadly. That's the problem. I fall into that. Like we got up to look at the weather stuff, and then I chilled on the couch, and then passed out. Woke up, and then I fell into a YouTube thing because I have like 400 subs, which is ridiculous. But there's probably only like 10 or 15 I actually watch. But I really should trim that fat.
Yeah, I have a ton that I have too, and I don't watch.
Yeah,
nearly all of them. There's like maybe 4 I actually watch religiously.
That Russell talk, the one I told you about before, that's one I try. Like if he's got 1 or 2 a day, I try and eat those up. DDE, Daily Driven Exotics, I try and watch all of those just because I live vicariously through the shenanigans they do with their stupid money in cars. Logan Paul, sometimes I like to see what stupidness he's up to, which isn't a lot these days.
Did you ever watch that CoffeeZilla stuff?
The stuff on him, of course, that's pretty much how I tripped over CoffeeZilla. There was one or two things before that, but what he did to Logan was amazing.
He destroyed
I
him.
missed 4 parts. I didn't finish this. Haha. I thought it was finished.
That was honestly one of the best things I've ever watched. Like, he annihilated him.
Oh, yeah. And watching Logan come back at him and then watching Logan have to back off, like, beautiful.
That was gold.
Mwah.
It was, I laughed so hard.
Yep.
I was like, I didn't feel any remorse for him at all. And then his friends trying to defend him on the, and then I just loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big,
and I'm a Logan guy, and it's like, yep, man, I love watching him eat. It's like, yep, you eat that shit, buddy.
I'm gonna sue you. How do you sue? Like, you get all the lawyers on like YouTube are just like, that can't happen. You can't do that. And I was just like, this guy.
I tell you though, between CoffeeZilla, I mean, Logan Paul has made so many YouTubers a lot of money just because of all the reaction videos and comment videos and this and that. I love it. Like, Logan hates the fact that everyone can make money off him, and it's like, dude, you just keep doing what you do, and you're giving birth to some of these guys.
Oh, the amount of money, like the reaction stuff probably made was just nuts.
Yeah.
Like, it's as I said, to me it was gold. Like, and CoffeeZilla did his work.
Yeah, it was very fair. I felt it was very even.
Like, he was saying how, like,
I don't feel it should have been 3 videos, but whatever.
He just did that as a way to get more, like, you can tell how I did that. Like, that's not, yeah. But to me, that
made sense for him. That made sense. But that could have been done in 1 video. But hey, that's his style, and he had a presentation, and it's like, it was very slick. I loved it. I love to see him do a lot more stuff. I mean, I've been watching some of his stuff since. It's like, oh, okay, they're not all winners. Okay.
It's still like, I don't know. Again, I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I showed it to guys at work, and they were just like, this, like, the production he did in it was amazing.
Yeah.
And just the, like, Logan's response was just so funny.
I mean, they keep joking about a $10 million studio. I don't know what it is they're talking about, because all I see is CoffeeZilla green screened on something that's been produced digitally. But
then Logan dressed up like him too, and I was like,
oh yeah, he had the suspenders on.
Yeah.
Okay, I give Logan credit for trying to game it, but in the end, it's like, it didn't work, man. It just didn't work.
Like,
you got bad advice, or you acted on some bad impulses. I mean, Coffee owns you, dude.
So I just don't know, like, how does he get himself in that situation? Like, as soon as that Crypto King or whatever, that Pokemon guy came into the picture, you could tell, like, he is the slimiest motherfucker ever. You could just tell.
Well, okay. So I'm at work and I'm talking with my guys, and because they were going down the Pokemon thing, and then they mentioned, oh, Logan Paul went into WrestleMania wearing a Charizard, and they go, okay, I can comment on this because I'm familiar with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went down that rabbit hole with the Crypto Zoo, and it's like, I can't believe that Logan, I mean, forget the one he wore around his neck, but that Logan would do any business with a guy that, oh, lovely. There we go. The internet's going goofy. That he would do any business with a guy that already half scanned him on a Pokemon box. Why would you get in bed with him to do a big crypto thing?
Oh, 100%. Like, the writing was on the wall before that, and then you do a deal with him. Like, I don't get that, but to each their own, I guess, right?
Yeah. No, he's definitely made some errors in judgment. Well, I know. I give anyone credit for chasing dollar signs. That's what he was doing, and okay. But he took a lot of bad advice, surrounding himself with some bad actors, and
I was like, who's he surrounding himself with? Like, I don't know. I think his manager should be at fault a little bit.
Oh, just listening to his manager shoot off on CoffeeZilla and make those threats, it's like, really?
Like, that guy, I'm sorry, that guy is kind of a idiot when it comes to that. In my mind.
I mean, CoffeeZilla literally is sitting there like, well, give me access to him. Let me talk. Oh, you're going to talk on his behalf, and it's like you're saying all this crap. Give me some info I can actually use. Well, you're not giving me anything, and you're saying you're going to sue me if I say anything.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just don't really. I don't understand the ground he's standing on with that. I don't know. Again, CoffeeZilla in my mind owned him.
Yeah. No,
I
I
don't
would
know.
love.
Do you
I'd like
mind
to
if
see
you use
that guy
like
get a real budget and then have a team of writers and see what they could do.
Yeah. Do you ever buy used Lego ever?
Well, I kind of stopped. I used to be the king of garage sales here in Toronto because
Yeah.
I would sit down like on a Friday night, and this was one of the things I was doing in Lego Collectors Canada. I'd be detailing how I look in certain areas, and I don't always hit the same areas. And Toronto was good for garage sales, where this area in this 6 square block area would have like 11.
Yeah.
And during the week, I'd go to the laundromats, the convenience stores, anywhere where this stuff would be posted. And I'd be grabbing this info. And then on the Saturday morning, I get up early. I'm hitting my first one at 7:30, and I'm not done until 11 usually. And I'm buying whatever I can and then doing what you're doing, sorting, seeing what I can find. And, I was the king of that for a long time. But then like everything else with Lego, it's like, oh, so these people start to think their stuff is gold. And even the people at the garage sales, like you see, they got everything else like 5 and 10 cents and this, then all of a sudden you see like a ridiculous amount of money sticker on a shoebox of Lego parts. It's not even all Lego.
Yeah.
A little Creo, a little Mega, a little Chinese, a little whatever in there. And it's like, it just got not cool anymore. And then COVID kind of hurt that too. And it's like,
So I love it when you so I was looking for a piece that I was missing one in my inventory, and I knew I had more. And I love it when you like get a bag. You find like a bag of like random stuff you sorted, and you're just like, man, look at the treasures in this thing. There's some good stuff. You know what I mean? And so now I'm just like, oh, when do I go? But I have other stuff I'm going through as current, so I'm like, when do I go through this? I was like, oh, there's a black Iron Man helmet in here. Like that's a good.
Wow.
Like some nice ones in here, but another day. I gotta stay focused.
Man, I used to enjoy it. That used to be so much fun to do.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I like is the treasure hunt, right?
Yeah.
That's what my daughter, she loves that. Like she's 6 and she loves going through a bulk bin.
Well, I would say my very best find ever was a deal I worked on a Wednesday night back when I had a 5-day work week. On a Wednesday night, there was a deal I was making with a lady, Facebook or Kijiji, can't remember which. And it was for $15 for like 1 or 2 bags, like no frills bags of Lego. Yeah. Not much. And it's like, yeah, I'm the guy, whatever. I'll come whenever you want. I wanted to come immediately, but she was like, no, this doesn't work. Come on Friday, whatever. I pick up my wife from the subway, same subway that she goes to now. And I realized, I don't got any money, but I'm supposed to go see this lady afterwards. It's going to be a hit and run, grab the stuff and go. My wife says, okay, I'll give you $15. It's only a couple blocks from the subway, which is why we arranged that. Go over, I go in there, and I got the money, and we start talking, and I see a picture and some stuff about her son. She's selling her son's stuff. Well, it turns out her son has passed. Turns out I played football against her son in high school because I recognize him, and B, all the stuff, like everything there was familiar to me. He was competing school, and what should have been 5-minute interaction was a half-hour thing. She sat me down at a beautiful coffee table, and I told her some stories about her son, and like she was driven to tears, and like an incredible moment. Her husband was kind of quiet and standoffish, but whatever. But she goes, the bags are already sitting there, right? She goes upstairs, comes back down. She goes, oh, you'll want these too. And it was like a box and a manual and something else for what was in the bags. And it's like, I thanked her this and that. And I even thought about offering her more money. She wouldn't take it. And I'm out of there. I get home, and then after dinner, I start the process of sorting the stuff. And around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I find one blue panel printed. It had the Unistuff logo on it. And it was a 6x5 high brick piece with a beautiful untouched print on it. So I go to the group because I wasn't too familiar with it. And I go, yeah, look what I got in these, in this $15 haul, blah, blah, blah. And they go, do you have 2 of those? And I go, no, why? Well, they said, check what you got. You might have another one. And I'll go through the bags and I come back a little while later and go back online. Yeah, I got 2 of them. Well, they're worth, $75 a piece or something like that. It's like, Jesus. And then they explain the history of the set, and I'm like, do you have this and that? I go through all the loose parts on the table. It's like, yeah, I've got all the vintage pieces. By the way, mint anyway.
Yeah.
This is all, I think, a 1982 set. Lego produced it as a gift for people who did well in the region for doing UNICEF collections at Halloween. Because when we were in school in the early 80s, the schools would hand out a little UNICEF box, fold it up, and it was kind of a sealed box. You put money in it and technically couldn't get money out, but of course you could if you took a spreading knife and upside down. You can get the money out if you were a creep. But, this was something we did at Halloween. You wear it around your neck. Some people give you money. Some people give you candy. Hopefully you got a little both. But this was a reward for the highest scoring people in different regions. And so her son, clearly had this set, and I pieced it together. I think it was 62 or 65 pieces, including the minifigure. Had all the vintage parts.
Holy.
Here's the thing. So there was only 3 or 4 entries at the time on, I think it was set 108. It was on BrickLink. 3 guys selling it. I can't remember what recent sales were for, but basically you talk about something that was worth $1,200 to $2,500 if you're willing to sit on it till you find a buyer willing to take it. Because, of course, I had no instruction for. I use online instructions to piece that together. But no, that one, no box. That one, no instructions. So it's just the legit era-specific parts, which, by the way, were different. The 1x2s were a little bit different than today's 1x2s in the same color. So it's easy.
The blue used to be a little different, yeah.
Well, the blue, but even the brick makeup, the pillar and the size of the pillar inside the 1x2, all of that was different. So around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I said, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to bed. I wake up. My phone has blown up overnight. All these Facebook messages, blah, 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 people making me offers. And I wake up at 6 in the morning, and it's like, I show my wife, I go, this is crazy. And by the way, this is the only set I had pulled out of those 2 bags at that point. And I'm looking at it like, oh my God, I've hit the mother lode with just this one set. And I contact one guy, KVR Extras in Mississauga, a great BrickLink store that I bought some vintage sets from. And I talked to him and get some advice, but he goes, hey, you could sit on it, Rick. You could do this. You could do that. Eventually, you're going to get whatever money you want for this set because there are buyers for this, but it's going to take you a long time.
Yeah.
But you want 800. You want 800 now. I'll give you 800 right now. Dude, I was in my car, dressed, everything.
It's yours.
Ding dong, I was at his place and I spent an hour and a half with him talking, and like he gave me the money right away. I could have got it at any point because his place is like a museum of vintage Lego.
Yeah.
And he hooked me up really good. And that was just the one set. By the end of the weekend, I pulled out another 4 or 5 sets, a couple $100 more. Nothing as notable as that, but still. That $15 purchase, that was just incredible. That was my best single find from a single haul. Like, that was just incredible.
Oh, yeah, it's like as I said,
I got a video of it somewhere, or photo. I got a video of it somewhere on YouTube.
Buying the bulk is a pain in the butt. Don't get me wrong. But, like, once you go through it, sometimes the treasures you find are nuts. Like it's crazy, and that's why I personally do like buying bulk. Like I might be doing a bulk deal here this week still, so I'm just trying to. For me, I always ask like, do you have any more?
Yeah.
Do you want to sell more? Like, cause it's like when you offer to buy a whole thing from someone, they're more inclined to give you a better deal.
Oh yeah.
Because then they don't have to, nickel and dime it, sell the five.
I always ask, do you have anything else? Even if I'm not buying, do you have something else?
Yeah, I know, and I do the
that's
exact
paid
same thing.
off so often.
Oh yeah, it's there's a YouTuber that I follow who's a reseller, and they do that where he's like the power of the ask. It's what works the best, and I agree 100%.
Yeah, you get nothing if you don't ask.
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt. Do it.
No, it's definitely a bonus. Are you done now for the day?
Well, I'm done this right now. Like I said, I want to take pictures of this because this is the way I want it. Yeah, all that other crap I'll put on it is kind of cool, but it's not the way I want to display it. I think it looks better this way. I think the other stuff kind of makes it look more junky.
Oh, okay.
But
that's just like there's a blower for the top, right?
Yeah, you get this big thing for the front. You got pipes in the side, and I mean I could raise the suspension right now in the back. That's built into it already. But yeah, I think I'll do that as one short stream in a bit. What do you want, cat? You don't want to come up. I'm not going to feed you.
Yeah, I got to go to the store. We're doing tacos tonight, so I got to go buy a couple things.
Yeah, I tell you. I don't know if we've got what we need for tacos.
I don't know. The kids were asking for tacos, so.
So do you do anything unique to it, or anything
so I don't know. I might
to it, or you just do lettuce, tomatoes, the shells, meat?
So I don't like. I'm not a big tomato. I like salsa, but I don't like tomatoes by themselves.
Okay.
I'm weird like that, and so what we do is I'll do like ground beef, and then put the taco seasoning in, and then I'll do like oh hey Ryan, and then I'll do like grated cheese, and sometimes I'll put like sour cream or salsa on it.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter, she says she wants tacos, but then I'll show them to her, and she'll be like, I don't know if I want those anymore. So I was thinking about maybe buying some chicken breast, like slicing it up and like putting that in some seasoning and frying it up and see how that goes. But
that's what we do now. Is we've been alternating the meat source: chicken, turkey, ground, not ground. We've done steak.
Yeah, I do want to do steak, but as I said, the beef is already like we go to Costco, or my wife works there, so she buys like the big packs of beef, and then we just split it up into smaller portions, just more economically sound, and then we go from there. But I heard egg prices are going crazy through the roof in the States right now.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. I watched Phil DeFranco complain about it.
Because my wife says that they're going through about 5-foot pallets of Omega eggs a day at Costco.
Wonder what's going on.
I
didn't listen enough to the complaints about it, but clearly something going on. Maybe there's an avian flu. If there's an avian flu, it could be
demand
tough on the it could be tough on the eggs right now. People hear one little story and then they go nuts and buy. And it's not like eggs can sit forever either.
Well, it's like the toilet paper thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have a friend who has a little acreage, and he always offers free eggs to anyone at work. So I can get those if I want.
Well, anytime you get fresh eggs, avail yourself of that opportunity.
Yeah.
I got a friend who offers, raw milk, but I won't. That's not me. I
don't even drink milk ever. So,
well, I have a slight lactose issue. My daughter has a significant lactose issue, and no matter what I may or may not think about what's done to our milk, it's like, I don't know if I want to take the raw milk.
Oh yeah, that's. I think I have I eat some cheese. Don't get me wrong, but that's about it. I kind of try to stay away from everything else because
I absolutely eat too much cheese and ice cream, but
my stomach kills me after.
Yeah, that's it. I'll suffer in silence.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some stuff I can have, and actually now I'm wondering. Like I did have some cheese earlier. Maybe that's why my stomach's been doing somersaults while I was streaming.
It's gonna be bad. I was gonna go to a store and then I'm gonna want to stop at like Dairy Queen to get a burger or something.
Oh, dude, now see, I can't eat that food.
I sometimes
I can't eat Dairy Queen food, man. I can't do it.
So I find Dairy Queen is a very underrated burger place. Me and my friend were having this discussion actually the other day, and I'm like, their burgers are actually not bad. Their fries too are better than like Burger King fries. Or I think A&W fries are trash, but
I don't eat A&W enough to comment on it.
Yeah,
Um,
A&W is just really expensive.
I find their burgers. I find they're so seasoned, and when something is seasoned that much, I find it's to hide the fact that it's cheap. I mean, because that was the number one use of seasoning back in the dark days. Was no one had refrigeration, and that's what you did with meat. You seasoned it to cover the fact it was rotting and going to kill you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I probably eat way too much. I'll be 100% honest, but
we all do, dude.
gotta treat yourself.
My wife has stopped tracking our takeout / eat out budget because like it was all about, okay, we're only going to do it once a week. Okay. Which is a lot for some people, but it's like, and then there was definitely weeks where it's like, okay, if you add it all up, it was like, okay, 3 or 4 times. And it's like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'm home every night for dinner. So,
Yeah.
So it could be home cooked meals. I mean, she only goes into work twice a week. So it could be home cooked meals. It's like, we're just finding excuses not to cook. And it's like, it's getting lazy. It's just,
See, for me, I usually do it for when I'm like by myself for lunch.
Eating out?
Yeah, like I'll go, like say if I go out, like I said, like if I go.
See, if I'm by myself, that's when I tend not to want to eat out.
So I'll drive past like a Tim's. I'm like, maybe I'll go get a coffee, or it's. I don't know. I guess I did eat it once. We have this like little Italian sandwich place. I know you've never been to Saskatoon, right?
Sorry. I have, but not as an adult.
Oh, okay, so you don't remember. Well, you mean
my memories are sketchy.
There's this road called Broadway, and they have this little Italian sandwich place there called Gangster's Italian Sandwich.
Okay.
He's actually from Toronto, actually, but amazing sandwiches, like so good. And I picked that up this week because they had a jerk chicken sandwich they made. So my wife is a huge jerk chicken fan, so I picked that up for her, and I just got the normal like Italian sandwich. But I guess I did eat out this week when I got that.
I'd rather have jerk chicken tonight than tacos. So now you've changed my mind.
See, I've never made jerk chicken.
Now I'll tell my wife I will pick you up at the Subway and we'll go get some jerk.
I've actually I've only had jerk chicken once, and that was in Jamaica.
Dude, so here's the thing. So where I live in Toronto is kind of weird. I'm about 4 or 5 blocks north of Eglinton and Dufferin, that area. Well, if you go east there's a huge, I won't say huge community, but a large community, African, Jamaican, whatever, who in the summer, prior to COVID and prior to the subway expansion going across Eglinton, that what we call the crosstown, which is horrible, 10 years of bullshit and still not done.
Yeah.
They've ruined the businesses. Well, what they do after 6 or 7 o'clock at night, they close their businesses because guess what? No one's coming to get a haircut or nails done or anything at that time of night. But what they do, they pull out the drums and they cook. Oh my God, the most amazing food. Now, of course, not the most legal thing to do because they're not permit for food or street cooking or any of this. They do it though. And the city has pretty much backed off and it's just become a cultural center for this stuff. It's been amazing. But even COVID has killed that, and the crosstown has killed that the last couple of years, and it's almost completely dead. So I have 1 or 2 restaurants I can go to for good jerk and good barbecue, but it's not what it was just a couple of years ago, which is sad. But I still have a few options.
Yeah, it's yeah, we don't really have any of that in Saskatoon. We're kind of, I don't know, we're kind of weird. Like, we're so back in time.
Mhm.
That's not even funny. And there's so much opportunity where you'd be the only, like I was talking about a Lego store with you. Like, there's so much opportunity to be the only thing and to be the only one. It's just like everything's still like so expensive to like rent. Obviously not to like your prices, but for us it's expensive.
Sure.
And like I always tell everyone, I love Saskatchewan. This is my home. Always will be my home. I don't think I'll ever move anywhere. Maybe Alberta eventually, but we're just very frugal here and just very different in that aspect. And it's I don't know. I would love something that, like, I've been to New York and I loved it. I love like how much different cultural stuff was there.
Sure.
And I thought it was amazing. But like here, we just don't. We have a couple of like I tried Indian food for actually the first time, like maybe a month ago. Like I just had butter chicken, and
Nice.
I thought it was okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just not my thing. But everyone I worked with, like, you've never tried butter chicken. I'm like, I don't know, just never grew up with butter chicken.
Yeah.
So hobby, by the way, I would love for you to come sort for me, but yeah, you probably like too far away. What else? Say Wendy's. You know what they have there at Wendy's? They have that bacon portobello.
Baconator.
No, the bacon portobello mushroom melt.
Okay.
That is one of the best burgers ever.
How many dogs you got?
I go, oh yeah, he might need to go outside. I might have to leave here. I have one dog. We had two, but one passed away this summer, so it's a Dachshund I have. He's kind of going blind and going deaf, and he's getting old. And I have a cat as well, and she's just a diva. So
The one you spent all that money on.
no, I don't spend a ton of money on her, to be honest. But yes, I had like this week she went for a haircut, so
I have never paid to groom my cat.
Or no, sorry,
Wow.
she didn't go for a haircut. She went for a comb out and a butt trim because she's a long-haired cat.
Oh, okay. It's kind of necessary. It really
So
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Some
so
of my friends have the dogs, and some of the dogs with the long hair, like, hey, we all know animals aren't the cleanest things for us to have, but we love them anyway. But
oh yeah,
some
no,
of those dogs with that hair problem in the back, like, they just take a crap, and if you're not spending the money for that expensive breed of dog with that long hair around the back, I mean, it's just a constant problem. Like, you better get used to having poop drag around, because some of those little toy dogs, I call them, I can't remember the breed's names, but they're just all hair, and their asses are just nasty.
oh yeah, no, like I have the dog we had was a miniature schnauzer.
Okay.
So, and she, like, you could do the schnauzer cuts. They kind of have like that skirt around their bottom.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get that anymore just because that was the first thing to mat up and knot up.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just like I did it once or twice. And I'm like, yeah, this is too much of a pain in the ass. I got to comb my cat often though. Like I probably comb her every 2 nights. So
I can build a cat from. That's the thing. Like, you can't be a germaphobe and have these animals.
no, I personally like getting
the amount of hair that, I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I have really no carpets, but I've got like 5 vacuums.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous because of the cat, right?
Yeah.
And like every day, this white desk, I'm wiping it down. Cat's gray with black. And I'll sit here, and then after a little bit, like, okay, there's one literally as I was speaking.
Yeah.
The cat doesn't come up here, but hair is airborne too, right? And
Oh yeah.
it's like, God.
See, sometimes a little turtle gets stuck to my cat's butt.
Oh,
And then you'll find it like sitting randomly on the floor. I was like, seriously? Then I gotta go grab a piece of Kleenex or whatever, toilet paper, pick it up, throw it. I'm like, she just like stares at you like, yes, you clean up my shit. Cats are like the most vindictive animals ever.
Well, here's the thing. See, in my house, it's where's my daughter, where's my wife? Because I've been trying to get rid of the cat for a while. It's like, that's on you guys.
Oh no, the cat, like, I'm the one who didn't want the cat originally.
If my wife goes away overnight, fine, I'll feed the cat. Otherwise, I have nothing to do with that animal.
Well, that's it. Like, my cat, I didn't want originally, but guess who her favorite person in the world is?
Yeah.
She follows me everywhere. She loves me, which, whatever, it's good. it's been a good distraction since loot. Like, because the dog we lost was my dog, so it's been a good distraction since that. But it's just it's kind of funny the way she acts. I'm putting together a set now. Actually, I'm doing.
Oh, you're actually completing a set?
Like, what I do is, so for me, as a seller, I don't build the sets and sell them built. I like selling them as parts so that people can build them. And enjoy it. Like, the building Lego is the enjoyment of Lego. You know, other than if you want to play with it.
Are you bagging them by bag numbers?
No, I bag them by color.
Oh, okay.
So, like, this isn't complete. I'm missing one part. Like, this is kind of how I do it.
Sure.
So I've been thinking about getting boxes and like printing out a page to go on the front of the box just to make it look a little more professional, but that adds,
that adds some expense. That
yeah, and it's not
just yet. Now that will make you stand out.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's huge, but it's still like it's probably at least $1.50 more or more.
Well, you're gonna want, if you're gonna do boxes, the problem is to get any kind of deal on a box print for you, you're going to have to order 1,000 boxes.
Yeah, so I know that.
And store them. Too,
then you need a good printer to print out the image, and it can be. But yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. Is this guy here?
Oh, good set.
So I wash all my used sets.
Just let me know what you're charging for that when you're done. Maybe I'll talk.
Oh, why, you want it?
I don't know if I have it.
Oh, really?
I really don't know if I have that set.
Well, this is the one I worked on yesterday.
I've got 100 Star Wars sets behind me I haven't built, but I don't think I have that in a box.
So I have this set as well.
That I'm pretty sure I've got.
But these are used sets. There's no box.
Because that's the one that the wing flips up when it's parked and down when it's flying.
Kind of, yeah.
I haven't built it, but I'm kind of 50-50 that's here in a box.
That's the torrent. I don't have that one. Like, this one is a used set. I picked up a massive Star Wars collection from a guy that I actually used to know, so he gave me a really good deal on all of it. But yeah, so I wash all my sets and that stuff just because I think about how I would like it, and that's kind of how I do that. But,
I don't buy a lot from Toys R Us, but I gotta admit, I do okay by them now. Everyone should get one of their stupid, was it our accounts or whatever it is, their loyalty program, because I get discount codes from them all the time, even when I'm not buying.
I'm registered with them, but I've never got a discount code.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got one in the mail, like the email, and you know what? I'm not sure how much this one's for. I'll open it up on the phone later, but I mean, typically it's either 15% off or $5 off of whatever purchase. And, I'll go in and I can stack these promotions. So it's like, if I can find something that's on sale already on the shelf and I add one or two of these codes,
yeah,
it can bring down the cost of a set 30-40% easy. So,
it's just their prices are already up?
It's already up 5%.
Yeah. So you got to keep that in mind, I think, when you're doing that, obviously.
Oh, for sure.
Because I was looking to get like that. I saw you just took pictures of that. Is it a Supra GT, the Fast and Furious one?
Yeah.
So I saw you take pictures of that, and that's actually one set that I would like to buy as well.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to find it. It was back ordered and then it was gone.
Dude, well, that's the funny thing. 15 seconds into launch, I committed the order. 6 hours later, back ordered. So I'm not sure what was the issue, or if it's just, hey, they were just allowing it to trickle out so it can be sold across the country fairly, which, by the way, I'm hearing more of. Like, yeah, it's great that, for me, midnight, not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. But for some people, staying up for that magic switch to turn on is a hardship.
Oh, yeah.
So I think there is a holdback for certain regions, so they have some stock. Because otherwise, you're going to have one side of the country never get anything.
Well, it's like the thing is here, we don't have a Lego store, and we don't have like Mastermind Toys is sometimes the best source to get Lego, like to get especially newer sets.
Sure.
But they get sold out so fast. It's crazy how
The
fast.
one thing I like about Mastermind, I only buy from them once a year, Christmas.
Oh,
I start going in there a week before, but here's what it is I'm looking for. They will put stuff on the shelf immediately the day it comes in the building.
yeah.
They won't wait to January 1st, year after year after year.
See, I think we just get our stock a lot slower. Because I've thought, like, I've looked for that too, but because I've heard that many times from many people. But yeah, we don't get, like, our stuff is slow still.
Okay.
So because they're usually the first to get the CMFs, though. I will admit that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, that's their source. They'll go there. Used to be Toys R Us, but they'll go to Mastermind. They'll get a case or many cases and do their business that way.
Yeah, see,
they love Mastermind for that.
So I've done that a couple times, and to be honest, it's not really profitable. Like, you're maybe making an extra $5 a set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and there's so many people doing it now that I think it's even less profitable.
Yeah. I mean, I was always willing to pay, $80 for the set, and I'd pick it up because they're doing the work for me. They're feeling it out. I'm getting no doubles this way.
I'm not good at feeling it out, so I cut them open a little bit just to look.
Yeah. Well, no, they would always ask me, do you want a set that's felt out? Do you want it open? I said, no, I want it. You make sure it's complete. I want everything, any inserts. I want, if there's like the Harry Potter that had the 2 wands on the sprue, I want all of that.
Yeah.
Open whatever you got to. Make sure I get a complete set. If there's a chase figure, it has to have the chase figure.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like I've done it like 2 or 3 times with the sets because I got Harry Potter set 2. I got for clearance at Walmart $2 a poly bag.
Nice.
So I bought 3 cases of it, and then I sold.
And those were sealed cases, or you bought them all loose cases?
Nope. 2 of them were sealed. One of them had maybe 3 things missing.
Wow.
So my buddy who that was my Walmart connection, was like, "Hey, we got these. This is a good price." I'm like, "This isn't even." It was even before it was out. So
wow.
I was like, "Yeah, I'll take those." So he put them to the side, and I grabbed all of them. He just said, "I just want 1 sealed set at cost."
There's a Monopoly card, like bank error finds in your favor or something.
Oh yeah,
200. That's what that one was like.
Oh yeah,
someone messed up on that.
So because I even asked, like, his manager was right there. I'm like, "Are you sure this is?" She's like, "Yeah, it's good." So I was like, "Okay." So I bought those, and then I did the Muppets one, I think, because I was going to keep a set. But I have people locally always asking, like, "Hey, are you getting the new figs in? Are you going to sell the sets?" And it's just, to me, the amount of work for the price. Like, you get 3 sets in a box. That's $15 profit for sitting there for an hour, cutting them open, confirming. The amount of money I'm spending on my little Ziploc bags from Dollarama to put the set in is that $15.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, see, when I started doing them, and I was never able to get sealed cases. I didn't have those connections. So for me, it was, I'll take my daughter when she was young. We'd go to the stores. We'd stand at Walmart, Toys R Us, wherever we were. We'd take the boxes and we'd be filling them out.
Yeah.
And we'd be making 1 set for us, 1 set for, to sell, another, it depends how lucky we were and how much we had access to. And if someone came by wanting a specific figure, we'd feel it out and go, "Here you go." I had no problem doing that, especially if it was a mother. It's like, she doesn't know. And, there's this snag. Yeah, here you go. You want the left-hand shark figure from that whatever set that was? Like, there you go.
Yeah.
I love doing that. But my daughter fell out of love with this stuff. And I fell out of love. And then it was just, I'll go buy the sets from, the Hamilton Lego Queen or a few other people I could buy from. And it just got easier. I said, okay. And now it's at a point where, I mean, I've had like 20 or 23 sets in a row complete, and now I can't be bothered.
It's
it's not something I build, so it doesn't have interest to me anymore.
Yeah, like if you collect them, okay. Like there's no CMFs I collect. I have Martian the Manhunter that I haven't opened yet.
Oh, nice.
And I'm just keeping that because I like him. I think he's a funny character.
That was a good series. That was a fun series.
Oh yeah, I think both the Looney Tunes and the Muppets were great series. I think they should do more like that, to be honest. But so I have that guy sealed, and then I have a massive bag I bought 99 of these. I bought them actually to give away and to like for birthday presents and stuff of the Series 23.
Mm-hmm.
They had them at Indigo for like $3.99 a piece, which I know it's only $1 off, but still $1 off.
Yeah.
So I was like, why not? CMFs don't go on sale often, so.
No, I mean, here in Toronto, once in a while, you might see Toys R Us discount them.
Yeah.
I don't see Walmart discount CMFs.
I've only seen it once, so.
Actually, I'll tell you, Walmart would love to not carry them at all. They're obligated to bring some in because theft is so high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen some of that happen, and it really sucks. And people's justification for it. I mean, my wife called out one lady once, and I was sitting there like, even I didn't want my wife to say anything because it was going to create such a big stink. And
she stole something?
She stuck it in her kid's stroller. One CMF pack. This is a year ago.
Yeah.
One CMF pack, and my wife wouldn't let this go. It's like, oh, and the worst part was, like, this was after work for me, so I still had on my gear. So I still had, my badge, my lanyard, company cap. It's like, oh, shit. It's just not good.
And she, like, looked right at you when she did it?
Well,
fully charged.
No, but...
Oh.
But my wife had straight up noticed, and she knew exactly where it was, and she made a big stink, and the lady denied it, and quickly tried to hot foot out the building, and my wife was having no part of it, and got security involved. So for a $5 figure, that lady ended up getting escorted to the back, her and her child.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like, why even? I don't know. I know, like, as I, with my wife working at Costco, the amount of theft that sometimes happens there is nuts. They actually have their inventory this weekend at her store. Ooh. And it's crazy the amount of theft that can happen there as well. But it is what it is in that sense. So
yeah, like if she was chewing on a little bit of food, I probably wouldn't even have an issue with it. But it's like, that's a toy. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, especially when you're doing it, like, not even, like, you're not even hiding it. You're just,
yeah,
you're in plain sight doing it.
This isn't something accidentally falling into a cart or into an open bag. This is moving the kid, putting something behind the kid's back, putting a blanket back. It's like, because that's the way my wife described it. Like I said, I didn't have a visual on that actual act. My wife did. So this is all what she said. But you know what? It's exactly the way it went down because that's what they saw on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And now you can't go to that Walmart ever again, and you might get charged.
Oh no, that's my local Walmart.
Oh no,
I know the manager. Oh, her.
Oh, no,
yeah, I don't know what happened afterwards. After my wife left because I didn't even get to go in the room, but my wife went in there with them, and in the end, it's like, and we know that the police were on site, like they were brought on site. So I assume they dealt with her in some way because we were there for another 15 minutes after she left the back room, after left the security office. And they did go in the back. What happens after that, I don't know. I don't care. But, that sucks for everybody involved.
How old was the kid?
Well, the kid was in a stroller. So, year and a half, 2 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever. It wasn't a tiny baby, but it was a little kid, but still in a stroller, and she used that stroller. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, some people, it's just what they.
Because if let's say she's a mom and it was food, I'll buy her the damn thing. Yeah. I've offered so many times, not a big deal. But not doing that.
No, it's
especially for that figure, because it's not for that kid, because you shouldn't give that kid that toy.
Oh yeah, especially if they're
young.
Yeah.
And so just horrible. And of course, so the store, the three associates in the store plus the manager. They were accused of being racist. We were accused of being racist. Like,
Well,
okay.
The glorious race card came out.
Oh, incredible.
It's that's one you always get. I've been told that once before too, because I was like, you can't do that. Why? Because of my color? And I'm like, no, you just can't do that. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
That's just what people do sometimes, right? So, well, I guess I'll let you go then, and you can go do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'll reach out to my wife, see what her plans are. But I tell you, that jerk chicken is sounding like a really good idea. Or a goat or anything else like that, because I got everything there at this place.
My wife said that the sandwich was very good. It was a little spicy, but they had like a mango chutney thing he did with it.
Ooh.
And she said that was very good. So I'm like, if you say so. I'm like, I'm not really into spice, but
yeah,
go for it.
And I'm pretty sure when we do the few times we go into this place, I'm pretty sure they're giving us a dumbed down,
the Canadian
serving.
version.
Yeah, because I've had much stronger tasting food, and this place isn't doing it. But it's okay because it's still good,
Oh yeah, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. I don't want anything that's going to put me in the hospital or put me on a can, because that's not fun. I'm not
I said I'm not a spice guy. I don't need to burn myself for that. So, but okay. Well, it was nice talking again, Rick.
Yeah, I'll catch you later.
I'm going to work on the list of potential summit people tonight.
Okay.
I'll send you it, and then you can I think we should bring Tyson back for another one because he's a full-time seller.
Okay,
so I just thought, having at least someone who's full-time might be a good idea. And then I'll look at the other. I just want to look at the other stores and see how long they've been. I want a good mix, right?
Sure.
So I got two kind of in my head already, and then we'll look to see if we can get some more, and then tell the rest they're alternates. I thought I'll make just like a separate Facebook chat if you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just to make it easier for everyone. So
sure. Yeah.
But yeah. Cool. I am very excited for it. So, and my one friend is very excited to troll me on it. So.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see the chaos.
Oh, he's like, I'm like, I'm not saying link. He's like, I know where to go. And I'm like, ah, damn it. And then another guy's like, we came across this, another Lego guy. He's like, you're internet famous. I'm like, how? He's like, you were on a summit. I'm like, I'm doing another one this next weekend. He's like, oh, you're like the most famous YouTuber. I'm like, I'm not a YouTuber. It's someone else's account. Even my kids are like, Dad, you're a YouTuber now? I'm like, no, I am not a YouTuber. I will never be a YouTuber. I'm sorry.
But that's cool.
Look, you've made me famous. Thanks, Rick.
No, that's good, man.
You could take what 25% of all my YouTube income now.
Well, that seems a little steep. I'm not going to say no, but everything can be negotiated.
Anything can be negotiated, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good one. Peace.
Take it easy. Peace. And Shazam. Boy, that thing looks great, though. This is the way I want to keep it. So, but you know what? It doesn't look hard. I could build the secondary build, and we'll do one stream of the secondary build. Why not? So everyone can see it all beefed up, because it doesn't look like it'd be hard to turn back. All right, take it easy, guys, and look out for the next one. It'll be today. It's either going to be in an hour or it's going to be in like 4 hours. Peace.